An infinite expanse of swirling darkness stretches across the screen, a vast and formless void. A voice echoes through the emptiness, declaring, "In the beginning, there was nothing, only the void." Suddenly, a blinding explosion of brilliant light erupts, tearing through the darkness with immense force. The void is momentarily consumed by an overwhelming, searing intensity, the birth of all creation. This radiant burst marks the very first act of creation, a genesis of light in the endless night. Under the scorching desert sun, heat shimmers off the endless sand as Moses, a shepherd, tends his flock, staff firm in hand. His eyes widen, fixated on a distant bush, miraculously ablaze yet unburnt, its fire flickering with ethereal glow. The unnatural fire dances, mesmerizing, as Moses watches in stunned disbelief, a profound mystery unfolding before him. From within the flickering, unconsuming flames, a resonant, familiar voice pierces the desert air. The disembodied voice, echoing from the void, calls out his name with an undeniable power. Moses. Moses stands transfixed, the desert silence broken only by the voice and the crackling of the miraculous fire. The vast, turbulent Red Sea stretches before Moses and the Israelites, its waves crashing with an ominous roar. Behind them, a monstrous dust cloud of an approaching army billows, a terrifying harbinger of imminent danger. Moses raises his simple wooden staff, now imbued with an immense, otherworldly power. With a mighty roar that seems to echo from the heavens, the very waters of the sea begin to part. They rise, forming towering, shimmering walls on either side, revealing a miraculous dry path through the seabed. A miracle unfolds before their awe-struck eyes, a path to salvation carved from the raging sea. A vast multitude of Israelites, their faces etched with awe and trepidation, traverse the dry seabed. Towering walls of water, immense and formidable, hold back the vast ocean on either side of the path. The last Israelite reaches the far shore, a moment of fleeting relief before chaos erupts. A deafening roar tears through the air as the colossal walls of water spectacularly collapse. The sea crashes back with terrifying force, a deluge of foam and spray engulfing the pursuing army. The Israelite camp stirs at dawn, bathed in the first light, revealing a barren landscape. A fine, white, flaky substance blankets the ground, stretching as far as the eye can see. Children and adults emerge from tents, their faces a blend of exhaustion and burgeoning hope. They bend, gathering the manna with careful hands, their expressions shifting from curiosity to wonder. A taste of the miraculous provision brings a profound sense of awe to their faces. Under the scorching desert sun, weary Israelites trudge through endless sand, their faces etched with thirst and discontent. Moses, his brow furrowed with concern, raises his staff high against the blazing sky. With a mighty swing, he strikes a barren rock, and a jagged crack instantly splinters across its surface. Clear, cool water gushes forth, a miraculous torrent forming a life-giving stream in the arid land. The people rush forward, eyes wide with disbelief and gratitude, cupping their hands to drink deeply. Mount Sinai's majestic peak is shrouded in thick, swirling clouds as thunder rolls, echoing the earth's trembling. Lightning flashes, briefly illuminating the mountain's craggy facade, revealing its raw power. The very ground trembles violently, a visceral reminder of the divine presence. In the distance, the Israelite people stand, their faces etched with a mix of fear and reverence, as the mountain pulses with overwhelming power. Elijah, a figure of unwavering resolve, stands before the prophets of Baal and a vast assembly of Israelites on Mount Carmel. With hands raised to the heavens, Elijah's voice echoes, a powerful declaration across the mountain. A blinding flash of divine fire descends from the sky, engulfing his water-drenched sacrifice in an instant inferno. The altar and surrounding stones are consumed by the flames, leaving the ground scorched and smoking in its wake. Elijah, a lone figure, huddles deep within the mouth of a cave, buffeted by an unseen mighty wind that tears at his robes. The ground trembles violently, an earthquake shaking the very rock around him, threatening to engulf him. An inferno of fire erupts, licking at the cave opening, casting, dancing, demonic shadows that writhe with menace. The chaos subsides as abruptly as it began, replaced by a profound, almost suffocating silence that presses in. Then, a gentle, almost imperceptible whisper, a still, small voice, speaks directly to Elijah, bringing comfort. The voice guides him, a beacon of hope in the aftermath of the terrifying ordeal. King Nebuchadnezzar thrashes in his opulent bed, silk sheets tangled around him, battling a dream just beyond his grasp. He gestures wildly, summoning his wise men, their faces etched with concern as they shuffle in. Their efforts to decipher the king's unremembered dream prove futile, their expressions deepening with worry. In a quiet, shadowed corner, Daniel kneels, serene, his eyes closed in prayer, a stark contrast to the palace's turmoil. Hours later, as the palace sleeps, the intricate details of the king's dream unfold within Daniel's mind. The profound meaning of the dream is revealed to Daniel, a heavy burden and a divine gift. The opulent Babylonian banquet hall, alive with revelry, glitters with gold and tapestries, as King Belshazzar laughs heartily with his guests. Servants gracefully weave through the festive crowd, offering exquisite delicacies and overflowing goblets of wine. Abruptly, a disembodied spectral hand materializes, its fingers glowing as it writes fiery, mysterious words upon the palace wall. The music ceases, a collective gasp echoes, and King Belshazzar's face pales in terror as he and his court stare in horrified silence. Suddenly, Daniel is thrown into the dark stone pit, landing with a heavy thud. Several immense lions emerge from the gloom, their eyes glowing menacingly as they begin to circle him. Their guttural growls echo through the confined space, a terrifying symphony of predatory hunger. Yet, Daniel remains serene, sitting peacefully in the center, an aura of calm defying the imminent danger. In an inexplicable turn, the ferocious beasts are quelled, lying down around him as if bound by an unseen, powerful force. The air shimmers with unbearable heat as three bound men stand defiant amidst the roaring flames of an impossibly hot furnace. Their faces, etched with unwavering courage, glow in the inferno as it engulfs them. King Nebuchadnezzar, his crown glinting, peers into the furnace, his jaw dropping in utter disbelief. Within the swirling orange and red, he sees not 3, but 4 figures walking unharmed, his eyes widening. The 4th figure emanates an unearthly, brilliant light that cuts through the intense heat, a divine presence. Mary, startled, awakens to a brilliant, ethereal glow piercing the darkness of her humble home. An angel materializes, radiating otherworldly peace and immense power as the air hums with its presence. The angel's voice resonates. "Greetings, you who are highly favored. The Lord is with you." Mary, with a look of awe and confusion, whispers, "What does this mean?" Under the vast, inky desert sky, 3 cloaked wise men traverse the silent dunes on camelback. Their gazes are fixed heavenward, searching the endless expanse of the night. An exceptionally bright star burns with an unnatural intensity, a beacon in the darkness. The star moves with slow, deliberate grace, guiding their solemn pilgrimage across the desolate landscape. The wise men follow, their silent journey illuminated by the celestial guide. Shepherds huddle around a crackling fire, their faces bathed in the flickering flames under a vast, star-filled sky. Suddenly, the serene darkness is violently ripped apart by an overwhelming, blinding light. A host of angels, ethereal and radiant, materializes in the sky, their forms glowing with otherworldly brilliance. Their voices rise in a glorious anthem, a sound both powerful and tender, echoing across the silent fields. A small fishing boat is violently tossed on the raging Sea of Galilee, engulfed by a sudden, furious storm. Waves crash relentlessly over the boat's sides, threatening to swamp the vessel in the chaotic waters. Amidst the tempest, Jesus stands with unwavering calm, his gaze fixed and serene. He raises a hand, uttering a simple yet authoritative word that seems to command the very elements. Instantly, the raging winds die down, and the tumultuous sea becomes perfectly still, as if a switch has been flipped. Dust billows on ancient Jericho Road, where blind Bartimaeus, clad in worn clothes, begs, his face a map of hardship. The crowd's murmur parts as Jesus approaches, an oasis of calm amidst the surrounding chaos. Bartimaeus, sensing a profound shift, cries out, his voice raw with desperation and hope. Jesus stops, his voice gentle yet firm, cutting through the air like a divine melody. Bartimaeus' vacant eyes flutter open, the despair that clung to him vanishing like mist. Radiant joy washes over his face as he beholds the vibrant world for the very first time. In the somber tomb, Martha and Mary weep openly, their shoulders shaking with silent sobs, consumed by profound grief. Jesus stands before the tomb, his face etched with sorrow, yet radiating an unwavering resolve. With a commanding voice, Jesus calls out, "Lazarus, come forth!" A tense silence descends, then a distinct stir. Lazarus emerges, still wrapped in grave clothes, alive. On a towering mountain peak, Peter, James, and John stand with Jesus, the air around them humming with unseen energy. Suddenly, Jesus' face begins to radiate an intense, blinding light, like the sun at its zenith. His clothes transform, becoming a dazzling, brilliant white, glowing with an otherworldly radiance. Beside him, two luminous figures materialize, Moses and Elijah, also radiating an ethereal glow. The midday sky darkens ominously, a bruised purple spreading across the heavens, casting an eerie glow. Three crosses standing in the background. The ground bucks and trembles violently, dust kicking up around the base of the crosses, a world in turmoil. In the distance, the massive, thick curtain before the Holy of Holies tears from top to bottom. A dramatic ripping sound echoes across the landscape as the temple curtain splits, a momentous tearing visible from afar. The world shudders as the earth itself cries out, a testament to the profound moment unfolding. At dawn, the massive stone guarding the tomb grinds open, revealing a profound and triumphant absence within. The tomb, vast and ancient, stands conspicuously empty, its silence echoing a powerful, unseen event. Only a stack of neatly folded burial cloths remains, a stark and haunting testament to what once was. An unseen energy crackles in the air, a palpable hum of triumph and mystery filling the empty space. The profound absence speaks volumes, a silent declaration of a miracle witnessed by none, yet felt by all. The air within the tomb vibrates with a triumphant energy, hinting at a powerful, unseen transformation. The sun-drenched Mount of Olives provides a breathtaking backdrop as Jesus begins his ascent heavenward. A radiant cloud envelops Jesus, its ethereal glow casting a divine light upon the landscape. Below, the disciples gaze upwards, their faces etched with a profound mix of sorrow and burgeoning hope. Their eyes remain fixed on the sky, a silent testament to the awe and wonder of his final earthly departure. The sky becomes a canvas for a miracle, leaving the disciples in stunned reverence as Jesus vanishes from sight. In an upper room, the disciples bow their heads in solemn prayer, a silent reverence filling the space. A low hum begins, growing into a roaring, rushing wind that rattles the very foundations of the room. Small, flickering tongues of flame appear, hovering above each disciple's head before gently settling. Their eyes snap open, faces illuminated with an inner light, as they speak in a multitude of languages with undeniable power. Sunlight glints off towering skyscrapers as a vibrant modern city pulses with life and purpose. A woman's hand gently meets an elderly man's as she helps him gather scattered groceries, a fleeting connection. On a park bench, a young artist sketches with a serene smile, lost in her peaceful creation amidst the urban hum. A businessman, engrossed in his phone call, pauses, captivated by the delicate beauty of a blooming flower. These subtle acts of grace weave through the city, hinting at an unseen, ancient divinity in daily life.